Playing a hunter? Swords sound fun? Then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to talk shop about hunters. Let's get started. For this build, we're going to use a sword wired lance multi-weapon. Why wired lance? We'll get to that part later. First, let's take a look at the skill tree for hunter. The tree we use is fairly straightforward, and hasn't changed much from our level 20 build. Warcry, to make enemies more likely to attack us when it's activated. Hunter Physique, to temporarily reduce damage taken and prevent being knocked back when activated. Flash Guard, to reduce damage taken at all times. Iron Will, to allow you to survive a fatal blow once every 3 minutes. Omnidirectional Guard, to allow you to block attacks whether or not you're facing the enemy. Slow Landing Charge, to slow your descent when charging a photon art in the air. Hunter Art's Avenger, which increases the damage dealt by a photon art if you take damage as you activate it. Sword Attack Extra, which allows you to do a 5-hit normal combo with a sword. Same art Skip Attack, which allows you to start a normal damage combo with the 3rd hit after using the same photon art twice in a row. Another art Skip Attack, which makes you start a normal combo with the 4th hit if you chain 2 different photon arts first. Sword Guard Counter allows you to unleash a counterattack if you block an attack at the right time. Upgrading this with Sword Counter Plus will allow you to use a normal attack as a second counterattack if you pull off the first one. Wired Anchor Advanced, to change the behavior of the wired lance weapon action. Hunter Art's Perfect Parry, upgraded with Hunter Art's Perfect Parry Advanced, allows you to negate an enemy attack by using a photon art, and very briefly makes you invincible after. Sword Art's Charge Avenger will automatically unleash a photon art that you're charging, with Hunter Art's Avenger applied, provided that you charge the art long enough. Lastly, Hunter Art's Avenger PP gain will recover PP whenever you activate Hunter Art's Avenger. Let's talk about the subclasses that work well with this. What you use depends on the area you're fighting in. If you're in a combat sector, the ideal subclass is Force. You can build your Force tree any way you want so long as you do 2 things. You spend all your skill points, such each point spent increases your battle power, and you take the skill Eradication PP gain. This is the only important Force skill for this build, and it restores PP upon killing an enemy. In combat zones, enemies are often fought and defeated in groups, so this skill ensures constant PP regen. If you're fighting bosses, such as Urgent Quests or Gigantics, then Bouncer is the subclass you want. The primary skill to take here are Defeat Amplifier, which makes it easier to cause the down effect on enemies, and Partial Destroy Advantage, which grants a damage bonus for each part of an enemy that you break. Let's take a look at our rotation. First off, we're finally going to talk about wired lances. The reason we want this for our multi-weapon is for its weapon action. When holding the forward movement button, using the wired lance weapon action will try to grapple onto an enemy in range and pull you towards them. This is used to close the gap between you and your target. When fighting a group of enemies, your main attack is the Twisting Zapper Photon Art, which is a spin attack that hits enemies around you. When fighting single target enemies that move quickly or attack often, we use Relentless Cleave, which is a powerful overhead slash. And against slow or downed enemies, the slow but very powerful Caliber Streak is the go-to attack. When playing a quest that requires you to defend someone or something, remember you can use the Warcry skill to draw attention to you and off what you are protecting. If you're facing an enemy that uses a lot of attacks that apply knockback, remember to use Hunter Physique so you can stay up close and personal with them. At the time of this recording, we're able to put up to 5 augments on our gear. The augments we want as a hunter are Mastery 4, Dust Soul 3, Gigasmite 3, Might 3, and Tria Starmel. You can change Might 3 to something like Deft Might or Stam Might if you wish, but Might 3 on its own is sufficient. That's all for Hunter. If this video helped you, consider subscribing for more PSO2 content. Goodbye!